up, Unstoppables? Here we are in Iowa City, Iowa. We have 6 amazing interviews lined up throughout Iowa for you this week.
This road trip brought to you by Restaurant Systems Pro.
With excitement, allow me to introduce to you today's guest, chef owner of Brazen Open Kitchen, Brazen Reserve, and Bird's Fried Chicken, Chef Kevin Scharpf. My man, Kevin, are you feeling unstoppable today?
Completely.
Yeah, man, I cannot wait to dive into your story and to find out how you got to where you are today. But let's get that motivational, inspirational ball rolling with a success quote or mantra. What do you got for us?
People are drawn to things that are authentic and real, and that's inspiring.
Yeah. So how has that served you? How long ago did you realize this?
Man, I would say that just through kind of natural evolution, you know, it's what motivated myself from the beginning to want to be authentic as a human being, you know, and I think we're all on a journey to figure out who that is and to build upon that. And lucky for me, at a young age, I just was aware, you know, of what that feeling was without maybe knowing exactly what it was. And so the essence of our business, everything that we do just comes from a genuine place and an authenticity that we don't try to make anything up. We don't try to, you know, we don't try to fool anybody with anything. We just give you something that's real.
Yeah, actually, before we go in, anything we should know about out here?
Yeah, so this is the Millwork District. So if you could imagine, probably 10, 11 years ago, this would all be dirt roads almost, like no
Holy
infrastructure
shit.
really.
Wow.
So it really was just kind of a dump.
You said 10 years ago?
Yeah, about 10, 12 years ago.
So this stone on the ground? Is this meant to look like old time?
Yeah,
okay.
So that was part of the infrastructure of making, like bringing
brick,
back like a little bit. That's the Millwork District. So there's some really cool pictures of like 15 years ago, them like just getting into the idea of like what if, and then it's crazy to think about all of this now, the way it looks. And
how old is this building?
oh, don't start getting into history. That I don't know.
Well,
I should get better at knowing that information.
But these have been around for a long time. The train used to come through here.
They've been around a really long time.
And what are these different little things we have?
So this is like the old kiln. This is where they would like drop the wood off originally and dry it and make sure it was dry.
Was Dubuque, what kind of city was Dubuque? Was it
it was just an industrial. So what they did is they'd bring it down the Mississippi.
Okay.
And then they would, like the logging would float down, and then they would cut it off here and bring it into the Millwork District.
Got it. And
which is pretty wild.
Beautiful. All right, let's go in.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you want to show us out here. Sorry, that was rude.
Jesus.
I was like, do you want me to? I don't know. We're still learning. We're still learning.
Yeah, that's good. So this is the entrance. This is the when you walk into Brazen. You get greeted right here, and then for us, we wanted a larger bar.
Okay.
It does say Brazen Open Kitchen and Bar, so the idea was to kind of like have a larger gathering space. So we have high tops in here. Some of the places that I had been prior to opening this that inspired, just really had like a nice like nightlife going on here, as well as like serving the customer like in the dining room.
Got it.
So. And these long bays, so if you notice as we go room to room, they're just skinny bays. And so we had to like work with what room we had. And on a piece of paper, you're like drawing things out and you're like, well, I don't know, is that enough room for guests to be able to walk between the bar, sitting at the bar, high tops, so on and so forth.
And then you have code on top of that where there's a limited amount of like space you can have. Wow, this is a cool little spot.
So this is like the backside. I call it the backside of the restaurant, where, you know, with those bays, it was hard to be able to have like an open kitchen environment. It's a metal like insulated door, and this is what they would have used for like the big, like kind of like warehouse doorway.
Yeah.
So pretty awesome. So we wanted to create an environment where it wasn't like a complete closed-in space, but enough to where you felt like you were on your own.
Got it. So what's, from a design standpoint, what does closing a space, what, like, you know, thinking about space, what does this do?
It creates ambiance, it creates comfort, it creates like we're just here with
Yeah.
ourselves
Yeah.
and not sharing it with others.
Got it. Cool.
So it's a big part of, you know, a group of 8, 10, or 12. Like you just kind of want to feel like you're in your own environment.
Any intentional design aspects that we did not talk about yet?
Just like at the beginning of the restaurant, we didn't even touch base on this, and I'm kind of glad for the most part that we didn't. But like, farm to table was really big, like really, really big. So when I came into this restaurant, I was like,
2007, 2008?
yeah, well, you mean, yeah, 2015 is when we started.
that's right.
Yeah, it was when we were gonna open. But like leading up to that, I was like, we're gonna do farm to table better than anybody's ever done it. Like we're gonna crush it. We're in the middle of the Midwest. And I learned real fast, like, holy shit, this is a really broke system that like needs so much more attention.
system.
Yeah, and I'm talking about the community like food system.
Yeah.
So that's where all the inspiration. We are craftsmen in the kitchen. You know, the main stage. You know, I would argue we have plenty of people who love what I would call kind of the overflow section, and on the backside, they're not really here for this experience. They're just here for good food and their company. But for me, like, this is what embodies the restaurant. Like, this is what we're about. I want you to see every single thing that's going on. And imagine if you could like watch a play, but on the backside of that play, there was glass and you could actually see the production of the backside of the play, but also knowing like what's going on the front side of the play is like, that's what this is.
Yeah.
You know, you can walk through the alleyway behind us and see this is it. Like, that is 100% the kitchen. Besides a dish pit in the back, like everything happens right there. Go on.
Did we come outside last time? I don't remember being out here.
Yeah, I showed you the room.
Oh, I know we went. I don't know. I was still in a razz. I know you showed us the room, but I thought we went through the inside for some reason. Thank you.
What have you guys been doing in Iowa City?
I left that at home.
So, this is Brazen Reserve. This is kind of that next step that we took, you know. And so for us, Brazen was kind of like the first child, and then we've slowly added more. And so
Yeah.
it was something small, manageable. You know, we could figure it out, and we didn't overdo it right from the get-go to where it consumed us, and we lost sight of everything that we were.
Just wrapped with our 5th interview of the road trip, Kevin Scharpf from Brazen. This guy has such amazing energy, his positivity, making the most out of the worst of circumstances, and just being self-aware and checking your ego at the door every day. You guys are gonna feel so uplifted after this one. Check it out.